Hello everyone, welcome to another Facebook Live video. We are live. I'm your presenter, Dr. Melissa Tranquille, life coach and founder of Peak Living with Mel. I'm so excited to be here tonight. For those of you who will be joining, thank you for joining me. I know that many of you will be looking at this video afterwards. All that is well. Just remember that when you're looking at this video afterwards, please look at it with the same seriousness and reception and with an attitude of learning. And I'm sure that you will be able to get a valuable takeaway from it. So I want to start by asking just a few questions. I have my notes here to guide me to make sure I don't forget anything. I want to ask you if there's one thing that you want to accomplish this year. Join me right now and reflect upon your life. And I want you to identify in your mind one thing that you really want to accomplish this year. And how badly do you want it? How much do you want to achieve that particular goal? And when you look back at your life last year, will you say that there was a time when you felt stuck? Or perhaps you're feeling stuck right now in your life. Do you feel that way sometimes? I think that all of us at some point in our life, we feel stuck. And there are many reasons why persons would feel stuck in their life. It could be due to a lack of clarity, unclear goals, unforeseen events, demotivation, loss of inner drive, fear, and the list goes on. And I'm sure you'll be able to think of something that's more pertinent to you. But there's one reason why sometimes we feel stuck in our life that is rarely spoke of. Perhaps you might be able to find it as you scout the internet, but it's rarely addressed, and that is your comfort zone. So the purpose of this video tonight is to talk about breaking out of your comfort zone. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize your own comfort zone. You'll be able to recognize why it is important to come out, to step out of your comfort zone. And I will give you 6 steps to do just that. So keep on tuning, stick with me till the end, and you will be able to get a valuable takeaway. But before I launch into tonight's discussion, I want to share with you a story. Now, for those of you who've been following my videos for a few times, will know that I love stories. And I found a wonderful story to demonstrate or, to illustrate what comfort zone really means. And the source of this story is leadingpersonality.com. And it's a Japanese story. It's a Japanese story about a small village and their main source of income. Thank you, David, for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to share, to comment below and share one thing that has been stopping you from stepping out of your comfort zone. I'd appreciate it. So as I was saying, there's this small fishing village located on the coast of Japan. And the main source of income, like I mentioned, was fishing. The men will go out fishing. When they returned, the women will go to neighboring villages to sell the fish. That was their livelihood. Their livelihood depended upon it. And one day, the men went out to fish as usual. They came back with lots of fish. And the women left to proceed to the neighboring villages to sell the fish. Now, they had a long journey. And, as was customary, it's a dangerous road. It's a risky road. There are robbers and wild animals. And as they were journeying on, they got tired, so they decided to rest for the night. And they found a beautiful spot, a lovely meadow with birds singing, where they could set up for the night, camp for the night and rest. And the ladies all lay down to sleep, but they couldn't fall asleep. And they wondered, but why can't we fall asleep? What's wrong? Until one person said, you know what? They had the genius idea, a great idea, that we should probably put our basket of fish by our heads and in order to sleep. So all the women did just that. They placed the basket of fish by their heads and they fell asleep. Just the scent of the fish, the odor of the fish, I should say, made them fall asleep because they were accustomed to it. So what is the takeaway from this story? The takeaway here is that your comfort zone is a place of familiarity and security. That is what your comfort zone is, or appears to be. A place of familiarity and security. Let me ask you another question. When you think of comfort, what comes to your mind when you think of comfort? Personally, when I think of comfort, I think of myself, or I visualize myself sitting on my recliner chair with my throw over my knees, reading my book. I love reading. When I think of comfort, I think of that. I'm in a mental state of ease. Relaxed and in a mental state of ease. And I'm using this illustration to demonstrate that is what the comfort zone, you can describe the comfort zone as a seemingly mental state of ease. Because it is a place where you feel secure, you feel safe, you have your routine, no risks, no added constraints or pressure. And it seems like it's the ideal place for you. However, there comes a point in time in all of our lives, and I'm sure if you reflect, you can identify that time in your life, or perhaps you are at that stage right now. I'm sure we can identify a time in all of our lives when we felt like something is missing. That despite not having a life of risk, that despite the routine and no added constraints, we're unhappy. Why is this? Why do we still feel unhappy living in our comfort zone? Now, there are several reasons that could be attributed to this. And like I always mention, I will mention a few common ones, but the answer will be specific and relevant to you. But with me highlighting some of those reasons, it will cause a trigger in your mind where you will be able to identify for yourself what is relative to you. So why is it amidst the routine and the life of no risk, we're unhappy, we feel stuck in our comfort zone? Let me share 3 common reasons. 1, because routine is boring. There comes a time routine is boring. That is why right now you're fed up at the job where you're going to for the last 15 years. The routine has become boring. Now, don't get me wrong, routine has its time and its place, particularly if we're working with young children and the elderly. We train our little ones through routine. My daughter, she's 4 years old. I train her through routine. When she comes from school, she has a place to put her shoes. She knows where to put her clothes, go on the hanger, back in the wardrobe. Or if it's dirty, it goes in the dirty basket, the laundry basket. We train them through routine. We pack up the toys, put them in the toy box. The toy box has its specific place. And of course, if we're dealing with the elderly as well, we do it through routine. Sometimes we need to implement routine in our lives in order to organize our life. Let's say, for instance, when it's school time, I prepare all sandwiches, all lunch boxes in the night. So it makes it easier for me in the morning. I have 4 kids, come on. I can't be up doing everything in the morning. So school uniforms, everything is prepared at night, and that is the routine. It has its time and its place. But routine becomes boring when that routine is something that dominates your entire life. It dominates your life. It controls you. Why? You're stuck in that job that you don't want to be in. So what is stopping you from doing what it takes to get out of it? Perhaps you're stuck in a relationship that you know is no good for you. But you've been in it for so long and you've been accustomed to the routine. So something is stopping you from stepping out of your comfort zone. Another reason is why we feel unhappy in our comfort zone. I will share 3, like I said. Stagnation breeds frustration. Do you feel stagnant sometimes in your life? Like you could be doing something more. It frustrates you. Why? Because within us, within every human being, and if we have to apply Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, within every human being, the psychological needs for progress and achievement is within every human being. So the third reason why sometimes we feel unhappy in our comfort zone is because that innate desire to progress is unfulfilled. Now, although every human being has that innate desire, unfortunately, not everyone attains their full potential. Not everyone is able to step out of the comfort zone and go after their dream. So these are 3 common reasons why we feel stuck in our comfort zone. And I want to ask you right now, do you want to step out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to make a difference in your life? What would it mean for you if you could achieve the goals that you desire? It's extremely important to step out of your comfort zone if you want to achieve those goals. Why? Because when you step out of your comfort zone, life becomes more meaningful. When you're making a difference in other people's life, when you're impacting others, life becomes more meaningful. When you're fulfilling your dreams and fulfilling your goals, you become a happier person. You feel more fulfilled, more motivated. I want to show you. Now, don't laugh. This is my drawing to demonstrate the comfort zone. I'm going to put it up in the camera here. So this is someone. And these are all their goals in life. For career goals and family goals, relationship goals, finance goals, physical goals, social goals. And this ring around it is the boundary. And they're living within that boundary, within that routine. And they're never realizing their full potential because they would not take that step and break out of that zone. Now, you can come out of your comfort zone, but it takes a willing effort on your part. It takes a conscious decision to step out of your comfort zone. You have to want what you want so badly, and that is why I asked at the beginning of this video. I asked you this question. What is the one thing that you want to accomplish this year, and how badly do you want it? Do you want to strengthen a constrained relationship in your family? Do you want to build the relationship with your loved ones or with a child? Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to gain publicity for your business? Do you want to launch your business? Do you have a book to write that you want to get out there, get your message out there and impact people's lives? What is the one thing, my friend, that you want to achieve this year? How badly do you want it? Develop that desire. It has to become a burning desire within you. Let us look at some of the persons who made a difference in the world. Now, I'm not using this example to belittle anyone, because perhaps your dream is not to go out there and make a difference in the world. Because perhaps your dream is to make a difference in your family and strengthen your family and strengthen that relationship. And that's marvelous, because then you will be able to live a more fulfilled and happier life. Everybody has their purpose in this world. Some are made to impact the world on a global scale. Some are made to impact the world on a national scale. Some are made to impact the world on a local scale in their local church. Everyone has their purpose. But let's examine persons who have succeeded in achieving their goal, their burning desire, their dream. It first had to be a goal that they wanted so badly. It became a burning desire. So think of that goal that you want to achieve this year. Set it at the foremost of your mind. And let me share something personal with you. And for those of you who are watching the video afterwards, feel free to comment afterwards at the end of this video. Comment below and share your thoughts. Share what has been stopping you from stepping out of your comfort zone. Share what you're ready to do, what the steps that you're willing to take to make the change. But let me share something personal with you. I am at that very stage in my life where I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. For persons who know me, perhaps from school, from my younger years, would know that I'm an introvert. I don't have a problem socializing when I have to. I don't have a problem making friends. But naturally, I'm a quiet person. I still love what I'm doing right now. But yet I do crave at times to run back into my little corner and wish I could leave the world there. Sounds funny. And I'm at that point in my life where I too am stepping out of my comfort zone. Because you know what? We cannot live our life day after day, month after month, year after year in our comfort zone. You have to always be stepping out of it. And what does it entail? It entails taking risks. It entails making that decision to take the risk to go after your dream. And I want to share with you now 6 steps to do so. Get a pen, paper, write it down, my friends. I want you to know one thing, that if you watch my videos, you will notice that I always leave a method or a process, something to follow to get you to your desired intention. I use it on myself, and I know that it works. Don't just watch this video like for entertainment, but watch it with a receptive mind to see what can I change in my life, what can I take away and make a difference in my life. And by so doing, when you make a difference in your life, you impact those around you. Because when people around you see you more confident, more energized, more motivated, it's infectious. So let me share with you 6 steps to get you out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to refer to my notes here. And the first thing I'll invite you to do is to make a list of all your routines. What are your routines? Good and bad, what are they? Like I mentioned, some of my good routines. always preparing the children's stuff the night before, and I do it routinely. Because the days when I don't do it, in the morning, it's very stressful for me. But we also have some bad routines. Perhaps watching television for an hour and a half a day when you come home. Perhaps spending too much time on the Xbox or playing social media, playing games, Candy Crush, or whatever it may be. Perhaps socializing with your friends when you need to cut some of that time short so you could actually be working on your dream, on your goal. Make a list of all your routines. You know them, good and bad. And be honest with yourself. The second thing I'll invite you to do is to write down your overall life vision. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the vision for your life? What would you like to achieve in your life? And if you haven't, it's never too late, no matter your age. It is never too late. As long as you still have the breath of life, it's never too late to consider it and make the change and live the rest of your life feeling more fulfilled, feeling happier. So write down your overall life vision. And you can even take it a step further. Write down your overall life vision for each area of your life. Your career life, for those of you who still have a career. Your relationship, your social life, your finance life, your family life, your physical health goals. Write down your overall life vision. And then the third thing I would like you to do is to compare your routines with your life vision. For example, some years ago, I was weighing 89 kilos. I was super big. I had 2 children. I ate badly then. And my body paid for it. My vision, my life vision that took priority at a certain point in time where I was fed up, I felt stuck, I wanted to make a change. My health goals took priority. It was number 1 on my list. But when I compared my overall vision for my health, my physical well-being, with my routine, there was a misalignment. What was the misalignment? Inconsistency. I failed to exercise regularly. I didn't have the discipline to eat properly. So there was a misalignment. Now, I don't say this to offend anyone. Please don't be offended. But rather, we cannot achieve change in life if we are not honest with ourselves. And don't allow the negative thoughts, the inner critic to come at this moment of time to put you down and make you feel down and depressed about it. No, because you're doing it for a good reason, a good purpose. And that purpose is to make a difference. So I compared my overall life vision, the goal that I wanted to achieve, with my routine. And you know what? I had to step out of my comfort zone. Yes, I had to step out of my comfort zone. So what I did, I joined the gym. Oh, I filled out the form, 12-month membership for a gym. You want the true story? Would you like to hear the true story? And I get right back on topic. Would you like to hear the true story? When I joined the gym, I went once, twice, and we were living in Paris at the time. And for any of you who've been to Paris, you know Paris, it's fashion and mode. And everybody in the gym looks perfect, except me. That's what I thought. And I felt like eyes were on me. I never went back. You know why? Because when you come out of your comfort zone, and I'll be tackling this at the end of the video, some things rear their ugly head. And I didn't go back. And that brings me now to my fourth point. Rank your wheel of life categories in order of priority. I'm getting back to this story. And like for my story, my health goals, my physical well-being was my priority. So when you've compared your routine, you've compared it, your routine and your overall life vision, and you see whether there is an alignment or misalignment, then you prioritize your life goals. And choose one or two. I like to say start with one or two. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with too many big goals. Thanks for joining, Sasha. I hope you're doing well tonight. And I encourage you to watch the beginning of the video and enjoy the Japanese story about the comfort zone. And feel free to comment below and share one thing that has been stopping you from stepping out of your comfort zone and what you're willing to do to change it. I'm so happy you joined. So like I was saying, rank it in order of priority. Prioritize it and choose one or two to start with. And then step 6 is you make a plan. You break down your goal. And using the SMART goal setting process where it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. And you make a plan to achieve that goal. So we're at this point in the video where we are talking about the 6 steps to step out of your comfort zone. Hi, Sasha. Lovely to have you here. So we're sharing the 6 steps, Sasha, to step out of your comfort zone. And we said step 1 was to make a list of your routine, good and bad. Step 2, I'll just run through it since I'd already explained it, but I'll run through it just for you. Step 2 is to write down your overall life vision. Now, one of the coaching tools that I use to help people identify their life vision is to think of your eulogy being read. How would you like to be remembered? And then you write down your life vision for each of your life categories, which I explained earlier. And then step 3, you compare your routine and you compare your life vision and see if there is an alignment or misalignment. And going back to my story that I was sharing, that my overall goal a couple years ago when I was 89 kilos was to lose weight, was to lose 20 kilos. But my routine did not illustrate that. So there was a misalignment. And step 4 was to rank them in order of priority. Step 5, choose one or two to start with. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many big goals. And then step 6, you break it down. And this is where I get back to my story. So I wanted to lose 20 kilos, friends. I joined the gym, 12-month membership. Went the first time, and all of us know, just like New Year's resolutions, when you just start, you have the zeal, the enthusiasm. But unfortunately, after a couple of weeks, we tend to lose it. And why this brings us very back to this same topic? Because we've made those resolutions, but we have not stepped out of our comfort zone. So I joined the gym once, twice, 3 times, and I felt like all eyes were on me. I felt like I didn't belong, and I stopped. Why? Because when you step out of your comfort zone, there are some things that rear their ugly head. That's how I like to categorize it. Some of those things are fear, anxiety, negative inner chatter. And that was the negative inner chatter troubling me, telling me you don't belong here. Look at you. Everybody else looks so perfect. And I was 89 kilos, super big, and I couldn't see myself. I couldn't envision myself attaining the goal that I wanted. And that is why I began the video the way that I did. What is the one thing that you want to achieve this year? How badly do you want it? I stopped going to the gym. I went back into hiding within my comfort zone boundary and feel secure again, feel safe again, but yet I'm unhappy. So what do? We make the conscious decision to step out of it. And this is what I did as I described in step 6. I identified my prioritized goal and I made a plan. I decided to jog every day. I was jogging so much till my husband had to say to me, Melissa, you're running too much, you'll damage your knees. Because after stepping back into my comfort zone and hiding, I was eating inside. And then my goal became my burning desire that I started to picture myself. You have to visualize your goal. See yourself there. You know, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It is true. If you don't see yourself achieving that goal, you won't have the drive to go after it. So I started to picture myself already losing the weight. While I'm jogging, I'm picturing myself how I want to be. And I made a plan to exercise regularly, at least 5 times a week. And to watch, I no longer called it my diet, but I changed the way I eat. And I started to eat healthier with my cheat day every Saturday. Was it difficult at first? Definitely. Because when you step out of your comfort zone, fear comes. And the negative thought comes. And I'll share something from my thought management guide. And for those of you who will be watching the video afterwards, I will put the link to get this guide below the video in the description. You know, because negative thoughts about yourself or what others think about you come into your mind and pervade your mind, such as I'm not good enough, it's always my fault. No one really understands me. Everybody thinks I'm stupid. What about things never work out for me? Have you ever found yourself thinking that? Things never work out for you. That we overgeneralize because of one bad experience. That you cannot see how things can get any better. Yes, it can get better. Yes, you can step out of your comfort zone and make that difference in your life. But it takes a conscious decision on your part and my part. And you know what? I did lose those 20 kilos. And I lost even more, weighed 67 kilos at the end of that journey. Because what happens is, the moment you step out of your comfort zone and you make a conscious decision that you're going after your dream, your goal, and you have that desire burning within you, you will say no to fear. You will say no to insecurity. And you will do it anyway. Say no to imperfection and do it anyway. Say no to procrastination and get up and do it anyway. And do what needs to be done to get where you want to be. I encourage you, my friends. Don't listen to the negative thoughts. Catch your inner critic. And you know, my thought management guide has some helpful ways to help you to manage those unhelpful thoughts. Because particularly when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're going to be plagued by those negative, unhelpful thoughts. But you stop those thoughts in their track. And in most cases, when you look for evidence to support the thoughts, you can't find any. Because they're not based on facts. And you change your thoughts. And when you change your thought, you change your focus in that moment. You change your focus in that moment and you're able to remain focused on your goal. So I want to end this video by asking you, do you want to see results in your life this year? And be clear. You have to be clear what you want those results to be. It cannot be a vague goal. You have to be specific. I want to complete my book and publish it. Launch and publish. I want to grow my business from 4 figures to 5. I want to change 50 people's lives or 100 people's lives this year. I want to spend more time with my children or grandchildren. Be clear on the results that you want and be specific about it. And let me ask you, my friends, how would your life change? How would your life be improved, enhanced by achieving those goals? Would your life be drastically changed if you achieve that goal, if you achieve that dream? Yes, Sasha, I agree. It certainly will. So I want to encourage you to take the steps, go through the 6-step process. And like I mentioned, my friends, the things that I share in my video, I use them on myself. I've used them throughout my life. And I know it works. Go through the 6-step process and make that decision. Choose your goal, 1 or 2. Prioritize and choose that goal that you're going to focus on. And remind yourself every day of that goal, of the end result, the outcome that you want to achieve, and go after it. And say, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm going to take responsibility for my life. Now, I could go on and on because I'm so excited right now. I could go on and talk about the cause and the effect framework. But we'll leave that for another video. Because if I don't stop now, I won't stop for the next hour. So I encourage you. Go after your goals. Go after your dreams. Whatever it be. Be brave, be courageous, and step out of your comfort zone. I want to leave you with this quote. It's by Roy T. Bennett. He says, and I'm sure some of you have heard this before, you never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. If you remember my funny drawing, this is the comfort zone boundary. Change can only begin for this individual here when he or she decides to break out and step out of their comfort zone. And remain determined. Remain motivated. And in another video, we'll talk about how you stay motivated. Yes, Sasha, you're very right. You're so right. The positive thinking does help. Thanks for the comment. It certainly does. You know, and I've heard people say otherwise. And I always say, wake up one morning and decide, I'm going to speak negatively today. I'm going to speak negatively about my life. You most certainly will not feel motivated and energized at the end of the day. You're going to feel ill. Maybe anger will stir inside of you, frustration. The positive thinking, like Sasha says, it does help. Why? How? Because somehow our words are connected with our brain. And when we speak those words, it's like we're giving our brain, our mind instructions. And it works with us. It works with us to keep us focused. It works with us to help us to achieve our intended goals. So I encourage you, my friends, step out of your comfort zone. Break out of that comfort zone today. And go after your goal with passion, with determination, and with burning desire. And feel free to comment below, even though you will watch this video afterwards, because I know of the time difference for some of us. Please comment below, like, comment below. And I invite you also to hop over to my website, www.peaklivingwithmel.com, and you will find more blogs on topics like motivation, procrastination, and you can also download your thought management guide and begin to use it to help you to manage your thoughts. You know, these tools are just tools to guide us along the way on our journey. Because all of us have that innate desire, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that innate desire for progress and achievement. And we won't feel that fulfillment, that sense of fulfillment until we attain that level. And you too can have it. You can reach your full potential. But you have to step out of your comfort zone. Thank you for watching, Sasha, David. Thank you for being here. And for those of you who take the time to watch it afterwards, thank you. And keep tuning in. We have more videos to come on other great topics. Thank you. Bye for now.